Hey everybody, my name is Russ. That is Lauren. Welcome to our Sunday vinyl video. And we've got over the next couple of weeks a couple of like reissues and just things we found around town. This one was, I think, the only like purposeful purchase out of them, whereas the other two are things that we came across. So keep a lookout on the channel for those videos coming up. If you haven't subscribed before, subscribe for the vinyl content. We have those every Sunday, and then Thursdays we have our just general music topics, and then on Saturdays we have reactions and whatnot. And if you are subscribed already, hit the notification bell, because I know a lot of people subscribe for one thing and don't know we do the other because of the algorithm.
Yep.
And so on. So the first of the three albums we're going to talk about over the next couple of weeks is a reissue of what I think is a fantastic Prince album called Rave Un2 the Joy Fantastic. And you, like I'm sure many people watching this, had never even probably even heard of this album before I played it for you, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, when the dude, releases something like 40 records in the time that he's around, like some things are going to get,
Yep.
To where you don't know. And not everything can be part of the culture, like Purple Rain. Like Purple Rain was like a big moment in pop culture time. I would argue like Sign of the Times, Diamonds and Pearls. There are other things throughout Prince's career, but when you're that prolific and you're releasing stuff so much, so fast, a lot of times it's hard for things like that to get out. Plus, this particular record came out at such a great time for Prince, but weird for the music industry. And I've since told you this about the album, but a lot of people don't know that of all of the many, like Prince was the first artist to sell music online at all, even through his website. Not even just digitally. Like he was the first person to like ship out music directly from his website. He was the first quote unquote free agent in the history of music. Like very famously, he had the battle with Warner Brothers in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. And there was such a big deal made out of him being able to put his own records out. Then after that, he was like, well, why don't I just sign one album deals? Like much like players do now, right? Like go to a city for a couple of seasons, win a championship and go on. And that was Prince's idea. Amazing idea. First artist to ever do it. However, when the people you sign with have poor management, there's nothing you can do about that.
Okay.
So this album, Rave Un2 the Joy Fantastic, came out on Arista Records because they won the bidding war to release the album from Prince.
Okay.
And then they forgot about needing money for things like marketing and promotion. And so they were like, oh, well, it's a Prince album. We'll just put it out and everyone will know about it. And like me and four other people knew about it because it's 1999. Think about everything that was going on musically at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I mean, this is back when records would come out and sell million and a half, 2 million units in the first, 4 or 5 days. And everybody got a shot at the just because you were Prince didn't mean everybody was going to know about the record. So it did get an original vinyl release back in the day. I used to own an original pressing of it and it sounded fantastic. But it's one of those things that I understand where Prince fans come from when they go, oh, there's so much music in the vault. Why won't they release music from the vault? But then again, I say things like, there's like 12 or 13 songs on Rave Un2 the Joy Fantastic, and I would argue most people have never even heard a song off of it. And that's just one. Like, I like that they're reissuing this type of stuff before they worry about things we haven't heard yet. For people like me that love this album, you can easily get, instead of having to buy a reissue, or an original, you can easily get a reissue. And for people like you who have never even heard it, it makes it a lot easier access instead of just going, oh, well, here's all this other new Prince music, right? So that's a little bit about the record, because even if you're a Prince fan, a lot of people are probably going to see this thumbnail and be like, I don't even know what that is, and it's a fantastic album. Like I've played it for you several times. There's stuff on here like that people just wouldn't even believe. Like there's a track with Gwen Stefani on it. There's a track, he covers Sheryl Crow on the album, and Sheryl Crow is on the album, but she's not even on the cover of her own song.
I love that.
Yeah. And she's on a great rock song called Baby Knows. Like the song she's on is fantastic. There's one of my all-time favorite Prince ballads on this record called I Love You But I Don't Trust You Anymore, with Ani DiFranco playing piano on it. Chuck D is on this record. I mean, it's insane. And they're all great Prince albums. It's not like how do I say this without being a jerk? Supernatural by Santana, I would argue, is made more by the guest spots than it's not a fantastic Santana record with some guests on it.
Yes, I agree.
I would say that the guests make that record. This is a fantastic Prince album that guest artists happen to be on.
That makes sense.
Is that?
Of course.
Yeah. And I don't mean any disrespect towards Santana, but Supernatural to me, first of all, it's a maxi single for Smooth. And second of all, if anybody does know any other songs off of that, they always know it because of the
guests.
Yeah, because of the guests. Packaging on Rave Un2 the Joy Fantastic. It's a vinyl album from 1999. From the year 1999, not the Prince song or the Prince era. It's very thin paper inner sleeves. It's 2 LPs in one, a single fold, instead of a gatefold. But again, Arista got Prince in the door and didn't, they weren't sure as hell wasn't gonna,
no.
Oh, excuse me. Now, when they did the reissue, because Sony's been doing a lot of the reissues, I'm leaving that in, by the way.
Okay, do it.
I don't care.
To be you. Natural.
When Sony did a lot of the reissues, they did little things that are different. Like all of the Sony reissues are on dark purple vinyl, which I don't care, but that's fine. And then there's little things too, like you haven't seen the an original pressing of it, but the one that we have has like a slight metallic look to like Prince's outfit on the cover.
Okay.
The original was just the straight photograph. So they did like a little thing, but like again, this is not an album where they would be like, let's give it the super duper treatment, because no one knows it. Like why would you go and do that? I mean, I would love it if they reissued the damn thing as a new album with the singles. Have singles come, like The Greatest Romance that's ever been sold was a decent sized hit off of it originally. Release that as a new Prince album now because nobody's going to know anyways. And then I would watch it go right through the roof, Sound on it has always been fantastic. Prince always produces stuff amazingly in the first place. But I would argue too, though, that I think you and I have talked about this before, where a lot of Prince's early 80s stuff, maybe dated isn't the right word, but it definitely is the Minneapolis sound. This album to me could have come out at any time.
Yeah, this feels way more it feels more timeless.
Well, I mean, it's over 20. It's what, 20 years old now, coming up on 20 years old, and it's still
1999 to 25 years.
Yeah. Okay. So it's still, to me, it sounds like it could have come out yesterday.
Yeah.
So even from the style of music on it and the production. So, price. This for me is an absolute steal. Like I rarely ever tell people to blind buy albums, but in my opinion, if you've ever heard a Prince song that you like, $25 for this. And this ties into value. I would absolutely tell anybody, like I say, if you like When Doves Cry, there's songs for you on here. If you like Purple Rain, there's definitely songs for you on here. If you like stuff like Cream or Get Off, there's songs for you on here. Almost every era I can think of, except for like maybe the Parade album. There's nothing kind of directly to that. But Sign of the Times, there's a lot of stuff through. And I think the song Rave Un2 the Joy, the theme song was even supposed to be, or the theme song, title song, was even supposed to be part of Sign of the Times anyway. So, but from what you've heard of it, like, do you see what I'm saying? Like,
I do.
If I was to say, if you were to be like, all I know is the Prince hits, what else should I buy? And I told you to spend $25 on this. Would you be like, oh, that's maybe not, or would you be like, hey,
no, for that reason, yeah.
Yeah, it's a heck of a Prince album. It's a great album in the first place, and then it's a really underrated Prince album, which is not a phrase you hear a lot. It's usually Prince stuff is about rated or where it should be. So that is some background on the album Rave Un2 the Joy Fantastic. The only other thing I would tell you is if you happen to watch our channel and you go, oh, I trust their opinion, I'm going to go buy this. Be careful because there is a remix record of this out there. It's legit. It's not a bootleg or anything. And at the time when Rave Un2 came out, it was only sold through Prince's website. But when Sony reissued it, they reissued both of them. The cover art looks exactly the same. The track list looks exactly the same. One is called Rave Un2 the Joy Fantastic, which is the full new album. The other is Rave Into the Joy Fantastic. And if you're looking at both, the only difference is that I and the U. And I'm sure I used to have the both of them. I'm sure the hype sticker says like this is the remix album, but like just be careful because the remixes aren't bad, but the original songs are where it's at for me. And I don't want anybody to buy it and be like, this is a dance album. You know, like there's no ballad on here. I'll be like, yeah, there was before it was remixed. So anyways, that is Lauren. My name is Russ. If you're a Prince fan and you stop by, please drop a like on the video for us if you would, please. Like I said, hit the notification bell. And as we always say, thank you so much for watching.